Hello, my loyal subjects. Heather Blossom here. Y'all love Beelzebub, right? Her design, great. Her animation, amazing. Her casting, perfection. And yet, something's on my mind. I watched her debut episode like everyone else and was blown away by everything about her presentation. I have no complaints. But afterwards, it sank in. This is it. This is her. The Queen Bee of Gluttony, a member of the 7 Deadly Sins, the leader of the ring, right? The same ring with the terribly lit, sad-as-hell trauma factories that are the Hellhound orphanages. The ones implied to house pups for the purpose of being pets at best and slaves at worst. That doesn't quite match up with the perky party girl we met, but there it is. That is her confirmed signature on Luna's adoption papers right there. Those are facilities she gave the green light to in order to house orphan members of her society. Cool. Now maybe she knows about the facilities but not how bad they are, or the party persona is something she uses to escape the crushing guilt of exploiting literal children. That's something to ponder. Or, you know what? What if it's even worse than that? Oh, but Heather, how could it possibly be worse than that? Well, assuming Beelzebub has been an established member of Hell's ruling class since its creation, and has fully embodied her sin during that period, it wouldn't be too shocking to learn that she's had a few oopsie babies in her days. It's awful hard to be a full-time party animal with kids dragging you down, right? Also, you know how she's the queen bee? I mean, some have pointed out that her wings are more in line with a fly than a bee, but she leans into the bee aesthetic, so just work with me here. Well, in actual nature, queen bees have the capacity to birth a lot, and I mean a lot of young, up to 2,000 a day in the summer, according to G's Bees Honey Company. It's also noted that the other aspect of Beelzebub's design is that of a fox. Foxes can have litters of up to 10 pups, according to Hinterland's Who's Who. Not as much as a queen bee for sure, but that's still a lot of babies. You kinda catch the drift of where I'm going with this, aren't you? The founding of Gluttony's foster system may have very well come about in order to cope with Beelzebub's own spawns that she doesn't have the time to care for, and is birthing at an alarming rate because Gluttony pulls the brakes for no pup. Sure, there's birth control, but it wasn't always as efficient as it is now, and most modern products still don't have a 100% success rate. In addition, Beelzebub has been around presumably thousands of years. Odds are she was unlucky a few times. Plus, she'd have to remember to actually use the birth control depending on what her preferred method is. Now, am I saying every Hellhound orphaned is hers? No. No. Probably not. I don't think she's Luna's mom, in case you were worried about that. I have no doubt that a good portion of the hounds in the orphanages are your average, run-of-the-mill, homeless puppies that her system is actively neglecting. But it could still very well be her fault they're there to begin with. Look at the lifestyle she encourages. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but as the embodiment of a gluttony, she takes it to the extreme. Punch bowls the size of jacuzzis, tacos bigger than your head, cotton candy skies, sweet as apple pie. And what was that other thing she said? Ah, yes. Your queen bee brings the sweet stuff, so keep making me that motherfucking honey. Seems to me the reason she even goes out of her way for any of the hellhounds at the party is because she's getting something out of it. The question being, is she talking about the literal honey cascading around her, or the little honeys these hellhounds will leave behind to pursue the party lifestyle she propagates? It ain't free to adopt, you know. In fact, it's rather expensive. But the profits are very clearly not going into the staff and facilities, as we get a glimpse of in Seeing Stars. So, who do you think benefits from this system? That's right, the foxy insectoid furry at the very top. If I wanted to take this a step further and bring Tex into the equation, I could hypothesize that Beelzebub is dating him to use as a stud. He is a fit hound of strong stature with many, many attractive features. Luna could certainly pick them out for you. With genes like that, I'm sure the queen bee's necked litter would be quite the hot commodity. But what do you think? Is Beelzebub the ultimate pathetic parent? Or was this theory so out of left field it was offensive? I don't blame you if you think so. This idea just came to my head one day and I couldn't help but share. Misery loves company, you know. I'm Heather Blossom, and if you can't handle it, you're in for a hell of a ride.